it is that segment. This is called Joe Ask. He says, how do you make bank playing local footy? This contract offer has been doing the rounds on social media. It's kind of sent everyone into like disarray. How do people get that much playing local footy? It must be one of the biggest name players ever to get this offer. No. Contract offer goes a little bit like this. It was a $300,000 offer to play, $90K to play and incentives, $160K job, the $340K car, private plane to games. But I'm going to give you a little rundown of how players who leave the AFL system can make absolutely bank, Joe, and here's how it's done. So if you're straight to the AFL and you have a bit of notoriety about yourself, you have some following on social media, you weren't a bad player, you got a bit of name for yourself, you can make minimum 70 grand at a club straight out of the AFL system. Minimum. To beat the salary cap, they give him an assistant coach role, which he probably doesn't have to do if he's a superstar. He'll just do it at training. Then they can pay you for social media. That's a job now, obviously. Don't get me started if a club has poker machines, because that is the biggest loophole in history. Oh, you're in the car park after training? How's this little duffel bag looking, mate? Pretty fucking good, thank you. And then there is another way of playing one-off games for country towns. Do a playing fee charge of X amount, and then you do a sportsman's night. So if you're a player who had, let's say it is Dusty, he would just do a one-off game. Oh, actually, I wouldn't fucking know. That's ridiculous numbers. For someone within the 200 game mark or his absolute gun and he's not old as hell, but he has stories galore coming out his ass, he could charge between 5 and 10 grand, do the sportsman's night, sell memorabilia, they fly you in, fly you out, that's 10 grand. If you do that for 12 games, you do the mathematics. You are earning like, I'm going to say minimum 70 grand between June 30 cutoff for these players. Then you just sign with a team for the second half of the year on a base salary, matches, incentives, or whatever it may be. Some of these country towns have buckets of cash. WA towns have the mining money. SA is a homegrown farmers retreat. Vic country. They just have generational wealth. But you get the picture.